Hey folks, welcome back, I think. Hope everybody's having a fine weekend so far. I know mine's pretty good. Okay, so it's nighttime here in Hotno Village, and guys, I'm here for a reason. I'm going to get into that in just a moment. I'll also get myself out of the way here in just a moment. While I finish a last couple of quick setup items, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, comment. That's always appreciated. Alright guys, sorry about the hiccup there. I think it's good to go now. So yeah, I got the coffee flowing. Whew, needed that today. Got the appropriate coffee attire. So yeah, it should be a good stream today. Guys, Eventide. I love Eventide. One of the reasons I'm just hanging out here in Hotno, actually, let me go ahead and get myself out of the way here. And for you bingo players, and in case you're wondering what I mean by bingo, check out the link in the description below, or the More tab. You might have to close your chat window to see that. There's a link there for bingo, so a lot of the things that I'm known for saying are on there. Should be fun. So I'll go ahead and get myself out of the way here, and speaking of bingo, here's an early one for you. Toodles! Hey, Cora, Marigold, Wanda, Lisa Jones, Boomin, Keely. What is up, guys? Wow, I turned my head for just a second there to square away a setting, and I think they all just kind of showed up at once. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Keely, Eventide is so much fun. So, yeah, I was kind of hoping for a blood moon tonight. That was part of the reason I was just standing there. Eventide, guys. Now, I know there was a patch. I don't know when. I think possibly Brad6360. If I've got that wrong, forgive me. Might have even been a couple of folks reach out to me over email and let me know that there's been some patches in Breath of the Wild since my first playthrough where you don't have to worry about Blood Moon anymore in, say, like Hyrule Castle, or while you're doing any of the Divine Beasts. I don't know if that also applies to Eventide, but not knowing that, And honestly, it really shouldn't matter. Even if I get a blood moon on Eventide, you only have to go to each bad boy nest one time. And you know, you get in, you kill the bad guys, you get the orb, you get out. So I don't know. To me, like a blood moon in Eventide, it's manageable, even if it were to occur. The only bad thing is if you're in the middle of one of those bad boy nests and you're almost done with it, and then the blood moon decides to pop up and you haven't gotten your orb out of there yet. So yeah, that's happened to me. Probably more than once. Yeah, Wanda, they really did a good job, like on sound effects, musics and stuff. I like the differences. The crickets chirping, it's just, yeah, there's a lot of detail in there. The wind howling, like owls howling, even though I've never seen an owl in Breath of the Wild, they sound like they're around. Alright, so I'm getting all shiny rocks, apples, and shiny things, and old boy here. I need to do my Hauntno video at some point. I have not yet done that either. But, so yeah, Eventide, guys. There's a couple of preparatory... jeez, there go my words. You know what, I'll just do a proper intro here. Welcome back, folks. Level Up Royal here with you once again, and guys, it's finally time for Eventide. High time for Eventide. Not because there's a high tide, just because it's a lot of fun. But very, very challenging. So you might be watching this video because you've died there once or twice, and you're just like, how in the heck are you supposed to do this? Guys, I'm going to show you a super easy way to do that. Now, you might be wondering why I'm standing here in Hauntno Village. But before I get into all the preparatory notes, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, and comment, I always appreciate that. I was trying to talk like Link would talk if he had a mask on, but I don't think I got that right. Anywho's, so guys, the statue here in Hauntno Village, I'll show you exactly on the map where that is. It's like right due hard west of Link's house there. Actually, no, Link's house is right here, so due hard west of the shrine there. So yeah, you can trade stamina vessels and spirit orbs in for one another. There's a little bit of a cost to do that each time. I think you end up losing 20 rupees every time you complete a swap. But it's manageable, and it's recommended. The reason being is because those hearts are your lifeline in Eventide. Another thing, guys, if you've already done the Divine Beast, Varuta, I think its name is, Mipha's Grace. Make sure that bad boy is activated, because when we hit Eventide, you're going to lose all your inventory. That means you're not going to have any fairies. So that Mipha's Grace is basically like having a fairy. Terribly long cooldown, unfortunately, but it is one lifeline just in case you're not quite Johnny on the spot with heart replenishment meals when we're on Eventide. So yeah, guys, make sure you take advantage of the statue here. One more piece of preparatory note I wanted to talk about is meals, folks. You can actually eat a meal before you touch down on Eventide. So that's huge. Like, you can eat really whatever fits your playstyle. I'm going to recommend stealth, guys. And not just any stealth meal. We need a good full 30 minutes of stealth. Reason being is that's going to help us to deal with that Hinox very easily, where you won't even really have to deal with it. I thought there was a cooking pot up here. Ah, okay. I was like, I know there's a cooking pot in Hauntno. What's going on here? So yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about now. Oh, meals. So yeah, guys, a good, long-lasting 30-minute meal here is going to do you right. Now, I already have one. I'll show you the recipe for that. You can use any of the dragon horns, but it has to be the horn specifically, so just find whatever dragon. And I have a video on how to farm those. I'll actually put a link in the description below for y'all. That'll help you get your dragon horn. So you basically just shoot the dragon in its horns. Sometimes the dragon has one horn, sometimes it has two or many. Just anywhere in the horn region, that will pop you down your monster part. Then you toss 3 silent princesses in. You are bada bing, good to go. Actually, I'm surprised that one worked with only 3. I would probably put 4 in there. I'd probably do 4 silent princesses and make the shard the 5th, the horn. Because honestly, that shouldn't have worked. Normally it takes 4 of those base ingredients to get the high level effect. So that might have been just a random bonus that I got, or a blood boon bonus even possibly. But either way, that would be the proper recipe. And matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and cook you guys one right now. One, two, three, four. And again, any dragon horn. Looks like I've only got the one left, so I'll just go ahead and use that. And that'll be guaranteed 30 minutes, high level. Booyah. Other preparatory notes, I guess that's pretty much it. We're going to be cooking a lot on Eventide. I'm going to get you guys like attack power. I'm going to get you guys all high level. Yeah, those attack power meals, defense meals, stamina. That's going to be nice to be able to replenish your stamina. But most importantly, guys, there are tons and tons of extra heart meal opportunities. And by extra heart meals, I am talking these bad boys right here. So yeah, we're going to be cooking tons of these on Eventide. So I'm going to walk you guys through all of that. Should be a lot of fun. Now, you know, not being sure whether or not we're going to have a blood moon, what I would normally do and what I would normally recommend is, you know, just wait until you have a blood moon trigger. Wow, that dude was literally on fire. I am so confused right now, like, how is there fire here? Alright, I'll have to go back and re-watch that and see if I can figure out what that was all about. So, yeah, anyway, I would recommend, you know, just waiting for your blood moon. As soon as you have a blood moon pass, then, you know, absolutely go to Eventide and get her done. Again, I just don't know whether or not that was ever patched, and I don't like to put information out unless I've tested it personally. So, you know, I just don't personally know one way or the other. But again, I'll try to mitigate it and work around the blood moon. And hopefully it works out. So you can really get to Eventide however you want. I like to fly to it. To me, it takes less time than swimming or ice blocking all the way out there. Yeah, but again, you can get out there however you'd like. Area and Marigold, hey, welcome, welcome. Okay, gotcha. So I guess blood moons are still working on Eventide. Well, that's not awesome. I mean, I could go do a quick little mini hunt or something and try to trigger a blood moon. I should have had one by now. I've had over 4 hours of in-game time since my last blood moon. Oh no. That's okay, I can fix this. Whoa, Marigold, that's very cool. Real bird sounds. I mean, they sounded pretty legit. And I always like thought to myself, wow, they got those pretty good. I didn't realize they were actuals. That's cool. Well, if we're still going to have blood moon trouble, I guess I'll just show you guys how to mitigate that. But again, my recommendation here is just get it done via normal means, you know, just wait it out, basically. Wait your blood moon out, and then just as soon as that blood moon hits, that light bulb can turn on and you can get after it. So, another preparatory note, guys, before we actually fly over there, if you happen to have a hardy lizard on your person, go ahead and put down a bomb. A square bomb, preferably, so it doesn't roll away on you. And then you're going to take out that hardy lizard, drop it, and run away, and like detonate the bomb so it stuns it. So you got to be kind of quick to do that. And then take a picture of said lizard. Now, I don't know if I already have a picture, so I might not even need this. And then we can actually search for those via Sheikah Slate. And guys, that's going to be huge. That's going to be some of your hardy meals right there. And there's a lot of hardy lizards on Eventide. They will, you know, periodically respawn in. So yeah, to me that was definitely the way to go. The chests don't really garnish, you know, much craziness. I'll show you where the good chests are for sure. But you know, if I miss an obscure chest with a wooden stick in it. Okay, there's no wooden stick chest, but I'm just getting, you know, the point across. Some of them just really are quite meaningless. So, you know, my personal recommendation here is absolutely go to your condominium. I guess I was already highlighted on it, wasn't I? Tee-hee-hee. And go ahead and activate that sucker so we're searching for hardy lizards. Booyah. Alright guys, now before we touch down, we've got to eat that meal. I have a bad habit of getting all the way out there, landing, waiting for all that cutscene stuff to play out, and then I'll remember I forgot to eat my meal. So I'm going to try to do my best here, and I'm going to try to remember to eat my meal before I land. Maybe if I repeat it in my head 50 times fast, like, I'll remember. Hey Lily, welcome, welcome. No, that's another thing, Boomin'. Oh yeah, the Blood Moon Shrine. Doggone it. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on Eventide. Thanks for mentioning that. I do want to trigger the Blood Moon, so I'm just gonna go out and kill a couple of quick things. A couple of Lynels ought to do it. Because I don't want the Blood Moon to pass on Eventide and then be back in the position I gotta wait on another Blood Moon just to do the last shrine. Not cool. So I guess I'll go ahead and get myself combat ready here. I got that nice sparkly dragon bone. We'll see what that can do. Absolutely get that bone system going. Arm up, suit up, and eat up. That is my golden rule of all things combat. Now guys, you see I traded in my stam for the heart containers. So that's going to make a big difference in this Lynel fight. I'm going to have to be Johnny on the spot with eating them stam meals. Hopefully I got tons of them. Alright, good to go. And of course extra attack power going into that. Absolutely. This should be pretty quick fist fighting here, so I'll try to use a shorter one. Well, a minute ain't going to do it for 2 Lynels. For 1, no problem. I would normally recommend dropping a hard save just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. But yeah, hopefully getting my KOs going here a little bit. I have done no killing whatsoever since my last Blood Moon. Like, I did shrine hunting. I don't even think we had a major test of strength in there. And then we did, you know, Kakariko quests, no killing there for sure. So, I don't know, you know, I know there's data miners out there that say the Blood Moon comes every 3.5 hours, give or take. You know, don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure on what that number was, but I don't know, I've tested that, you know, and in my own experience, I didn't see that time go by unless, and trigger a Blood Moon unless I was killing things. So... Okay, give me a second here. Sorry about this. Okay, I'm going to have to turn a brightness setting back down. I'll be back in about 30 seconds here. Okay, hopefully that fixes that. Wow, yeah, I looked down at my feedback screen and couldn't see anything. It was like completely snowed out. So I'm still, it's a work in progress, guys. Unfortunately, it's a lot of trial and error, and believe me, I've already done like 50 streams you never even saw trying to get this right. But we're getting there. Okay, so... yeah, arm up, suit up, and eat up. Try to get that headshot damage in as much as possible. Come in from a sideways angle so you get a little bit more air time. You get nice and close to his face there so that you're getting those headshots. Oops, that's not okay. Those headshots are everything. Yeah, it's unfortunate. So I lost a lot of air time there. Gonna be a tougher Lynel fight than my normal. That stam really makes a difference. I guess I wasn't watching it very well there. Wow, I can't even finish my spin attack, like it's that bad. That just really like drives the point home how important that stamina is and why it's so highly recommended to have that before the heart containers in early game. Like that's your everything. And I only sacrificed 4 vessels. And it makes all the difference in a Lynel fight. Alright, let's see what we got here. Of course, if I had done a better job of, you know, airtime. That was almost a duplicate. Yeah, we'll try to do better on the next Lynel here. Wow, yeah, okay, I don't know what's going on with this brightness thing. That still looks extremely whitewashed. Well, maybe not so bad. Maybe I'll just lower it a little bit more. Alright, I think we're good. Hopefully that'll look a little bit better coming through now. It's just kind of a weird region, because even on my TV, this looks like very, I don't know, smoky and bright. So that might not necessarily be, you know, a setting problem here. It might just be the environment and the way it's coming through here. It's like very hard to see anything until you're right up on it. And there's my Lynel, speaking of right up on it. Alright, this time I'm going to pay more attention to my stam. Wow, that's really going fast too. That should help. That thing's about toasted. Uh-oh, he saw me. Yikes! Well, that's about done. As is that. Okay, so the spear's a long throw. I'm hoping that Savage Bow's 5-shot burst. Well, close enough. That's about the same damage output. So yeah, not bad. And then there's our long throw. Whoa! Haha! Agent Smith is on a bathroom break! I will take it! Alright, I don't know if that's going to be enough to trigger my Blood Moon since I still have a little bit of attack power attack power meal ticking down here. I'll go get another quickie or two, maybe another Mugdula. Actually, I think the Lynels do the best on KO credit. God, where's like a quick Lynel? I'm having a total blank right now. I know there's one up here, but that's way out of the way. Oh, wow. Yeah, talk about brain farting. Ah, poor Link. Sorry, buddy. I'll fix it. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna grab my horse here to speed that up a little bit. Funny, I didn't intend on doing Lynel hunting today. But that pesky blood moon. Lightning and the thunder. Whoops. That would be a wrong button. So I'm going to try to ignore all other shiny things. Straight for the 3 Lynels. And then I'll pass time a couple of times to, you know, trigger a full moon and see if it works out to be a blood moon. If it is, great. We'll get Blood Moon Shrine and then Eventide. Alright, first Lynel, I'll do left Twix first, I suppose. There he is, way down there. I can barely see his silhouette. Just strutting about. Alright, right toward him, as close as possible. Launch, bow. As soon as you launch off that horse, take that bow out. That horse makes all the difference. And wow, my stamina's just disappearing. If somebody ever asked me, is it possible to play Breath of the Wild without getting more stamina wheels? I don't think so. Not my play style. Wow, look at that bow damage. He's going to be dead before I touch down. That was insane. And good thing, too, because I totally forgot to put the right super suit on. If Brad6360 were here, he'd already be saying, yep, classic lore. And he would not be wrong. Okay, see, I knew I had a long throw in there. I could sense it. I could sense a glitch in the matrix. I don't know why I'm even picking that up. That was... what I had was already amazing. Alright, where's my horsey? Oops. Already here. Alright, Mr. Lynel. Marked for death. Where you at? And I can not see a thing right now. Right in the middle of a blizzard. Right in the face. I love that sound it makes too when you get the headshot. So satisfying. I don't think he's going to be dead before I touch down. Not far off, though. Think. Just because I don't have the appropriate super suit on. So I guess this is really even easier. You just use the bone system to kind of finish them up. But, there's my long throw. Yep. I definitely caught Agent Smith on a coffee break earlier. Or maybe even a bathroom break. And just to see what we got cooking here. There's my 5-shot burst. Okay, good deal. Actually, I'm going to tech refresh that since I've been using and abusing it. So everything's nice, brand new, and shiny. Forward! Wow, that stam just goes. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you guys how different this is right now, not having that stam. Like, that stam is everything. I'm just gonna stand on the floor and shoot him in the face. I don't know why I find that funny. Oh, star fragment. See, I've been talking about that. I was starting to wonder if I was mistaken. I hadn't really seen one drop in a Lynel in a bit. Grumble, grumble. Watch me get 3 5-shot bursts. No. I was trying to jinx it in a happy way. Alright, that should have triggered Blood Moon. I don't know where that limit is for KOs, but I did some killing, so I'm going to try to pass a little bit of time here. Let a full moon cycle. If I don't get it, I really didn't want today's stream to be just turned into hunting. But at the same time, I know I need to do the Blood Moon Shrine, so... Yeah, holy guacamole, I thought I'd be halfway done with Eventide by now. Alright, let's see what Moon Man says.
Oh.
Tonight's moon. Whoops, I was not paying attention. Okay, that's not it. Okay, so I think we do night. And that's just going to pass it to tonight. I was just noticing the time. It was only 7:15 p.m. or something, so it's probably still the same day. But just to play that safe, I'll make sure this still says 7th-day moon before I try to pass time again. Yeah, okay, good. And actually, instead of running back and forth to the cooking pot, you can always throw wood down in here. A little bit quicker. The NPCs don't particularly appreciate it, but it's for science. And as long as it's for science, it's okay. I I'm getting that feeling again! Haha! Alright, so this is going to be Eventide / how to get the Blood Moon Shrine. So yeah, just doing that little bit of a hunt there was all it took. So, yeah, so I'm really 99% sure now KO credits still has something to do with Blood Moons. You know, maybe there's a real game time thing in there too, but yeah, definitely, in my mind anyway, there's something there to that. So I will go ahead and get over there. I think the Blood Moon Shrine is here. Yes. Kind of, sort of, the land of the giant trees. I mean, those are more up here, but it's not far off, and those are actually giant trees right there. They're kind of out of place. Right there on top of that bluff. I'm going to go to Satori Mountain, which is just north and west of the Great Plateau. Alrighty, wow, I see I've missed some chat here. I'll try to read while I'm standing around idle, waiting on this Blood Moon. But basically, guys, what we gotta do is get over here, and you'll see that pedestal, and you actually have to stand on it naked. That's right, just go ahead and let Link stand here in his buffness. And as soon as that Blood Moon rises, it will trigger. Apparently it was already up high enough. So there's no waiting. So folks, I hope that helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Alright, that was really the only point of doing Blood Moon, so I'm going to let it cycle, however, because I don't want this to come back on Eventide, just in case they're turned off in shrines now. Ooh, that's a cool... Yeah, buddy. That might be a thumbnail someday. I wonder if I'll get lucky and have that Blood Moon, like, pass right by my head. Probably not. I lost him. Yikes. Running around in circles during the Blood Moon. Look at me go. So yeah, this is what I normally do when I'm like passing time. I don't know what happens, it just, my thumb goes crazy. It's like I don't know how to stand still. In other games I'll like evade, like in Hogwarts I was bad about that. I would just like hit whatever that evade button was just to watch the character do a little somersault one way or the other. Yeah. Of course in Zelda games we don't have that, so running around in circles I guess is the next best thing. Alright, I think this is just a blessing. I think. 99% sure. Well, so much for the blessing. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. The modest test of strength. Wow, it has been that long since I have been here. And it would really pain me to use one of these against this thing. But, like, do I have a choice? Not really. I mean, I could just straight up it, but... yeah, when else am I going to use that? Right? I have this bad habit of hoarding things. I need to stop that. Yeah, it's still doing a grip of damage. Wow, you really didn't have a chance. It served well, but its time has come to an end. Okay, so now I can do my outro. So folks, I hope that helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. And until next time, best of luck, happy hunting. Long throw! Agent Smith is back on the job. Better than ever. New and improved. Re-motivated. And that's okay. Alright, so in case you guys are just now joining the stream and you're wondering why I'm 45 minutes in and I'm nowhere near Eventide, yeah, we had to wait for a blood moon, so that just happened. Now we can go do Eventide. And while that's tinking and while I'm warping over there, I will get back on cam here with you guys, catch up on some chat, because I know I've been missing quite a bit here trying to get that sorted. Apologies for that. Alright, back over to Eventide. So the only thing I need to remember to do is eat that meal before I actually touch down with my own 2 feet on the island. Hey, Purple Rain, welcome. Dee Dee, what's up? Happy Sunday. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday indeed. We're about to do Eventide, and of course it's raining, because, you know, that's just my style. Agent Jones is now at work as well, pushing that rain button for us. So yeah, Keely, you know, just reading your chat there about the desert, I think they try to put that into the game, because I know sometimes when I'm in that kind of area, the giant tree area there where I was doing my Lynel killing, sometimes even in the snow biome, but more specifically Gerudo, I notice it kind of really, it has that glare. I think they tried to do that in the game there. I don't think it always comes through right, but I could definitely see what they were going for there. Yeah, Dee Dee, hopefully I fixed that. I just read your chat there about the brightness. Hopefully that's adjusted now to where it should be. If it's still coming through too bright, I can still turn it down a little bit more. Alright guys, I need to take a look at my screen here. So it doesn't matter what you're wearing, what weapons you have equipped. You're going to be naked and you're going to be empty inventory. So now there is a glitch or a trick where you can drop weapons here and then pick them back up after the cutscene. I'm just going to do it straight up because I want to showcase like how to do it with what Eventide gives you, just in case anybody's already in Eventide and they don't want to have to restart their entire thing. So yeah, I'm not going to do that, but it is possible to do that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and eat that meal. 30-minute high-level stealth. Absolutely, hands down, wholeheartedly recommend that. And you'll see why here in just a moment. So go ahead and get landed here. Okay, so now this is the point. Wait a minute, I thought you could drop weapons here. I can't open my inventory. Maybe that doesn't work anymore. Or maybe I'm not doing it right. Yeah, wow. I could not get into my inventory. So maybe that just doesn't work anymore. Oops. Let's see here. We got Kazol. I think I said that right. Hello. Good to see ya. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I hear you there. It's definitely on the all-time favorites list of mine as well. It's one I can keep coming back to and still really enjoy it. Marigold, Agent Smith was at the water cooler. Yeah, you're right. That was a pretty quick break there. Good stuff. Yeah, TOT's a good play. But I'll be honest, when I finished TOTK, I was ready for BOTW again. Okay, thanks, Dee Dee. Yeah, guys, you know, you're not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. There's like hundreds, if not thousands, of settings combinations to get the image right. So, you know, please give me feedback. You know, too light, too dark, you know, feel free. I promise you're not going to hurt my feelings. We'll get it right. But, you know, I don't know what to fix if I don't know how it's broke. So definitely appreciate the feedback on that. The camel thing, yeah. I call it an elephant camel. Elephantal. Yeah, our Kazol, I'm sorry I missed you there. Hopefully I didn't miss you in saying hello here. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Keely, check your chat, Laura. I know, sorry. So I did glance at it, but wow, it was a lot. And I was like, okay, I'll have to take a break. Coffee. Yeah, you gotta say it right. Coffee. Boomin', you were on it. Better eat that meal. Love it. Hey, Brad6360. Good to see you. I think I was just talking about you a second ago, but now I can't remember why. Oh, yeah, because I barrel rolled into a fist fight completely unprepared. Yeah, so that happened today. Oh, you have to land in the water to drop your weapons. Okay. Thanks, Brad, for throwing that out there. So, yeah, if you guys do want to do that, I guess it does still work. I just did it wrong. Apologies for the bad info there. Sylvia, hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you said the same thing. Thanks for having my back, guys. Oh, the raft. Okay, the raft. Gotcha. Alright, DD Purple Rain, thanks for throwing those out there. So when I come back on here, I'll make sure I get that right for the edit. Yeah, happy Sunday to you too as well. Thank you so much. So, Ark as well, I think the Ancient set is the best, and I can't show you that now because I'm on Eventide. But yeah, that Ancient set, because it's considered a Guardian. So you get a hidden damage multiplier in there if you use an Ancient weapon using that armor. I mean, you're going to get the damage multiplier anyway using the weapon against the Guardian enemy, but the Ancient armor with the set bonus, there's another damage multiplier there. You can attack power meal with that, you'll get him dead very quickly. You can play Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time on Switch online. Oh, wow, Brad, that's a tough question. I mean, if you want to do them in order, Ocarina of Time was earlier, but it's an older game. Like, you're going to see the graphics. Our older game. Majora's Mask probably aren't much better, but it was a later game. I don't know. They're both awesome games. I would probably start with Ocarina of Time, though. Like, if it were me. Yeah, it might not be a glitch there, DD. I probably used the wrong wording there. Yeah, thanks, Aria. Hey, welcome, by the way. Good to see you again. So honestly, the Master Sword, it's a weaker weapon in there. If you've got a good, strong, ancient weapon, and I have a video on that. God, I think it was BotW243 or something. But yeah, look at my playlist, my older BOTW playlist, and it's at the end of that. But yeah, I definitely show that Ganon fight, and he dies very quickly. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back in here. Thanks so much for all the questions. I love this stuff. But for now, peace out, Home Scout. Alright guys, so I was mistaken there. If you wanted to do the drop the weapons thing, your best bet is probably going to be on the raft. So if you land on the raft, you can drop the weapons, and then you can, you know, touch down on the soil here, I believe is the way it works, and then you can, you know, let the little cutscene thing play out. Then once you're naked, you can run back over here and pick up your weapons. And a lot of people also have luck doing that out here in the water. Of course, you have to be able to stand in order to drop the weapons. But, those are probably your two best bets there in order to get that weapon drop thing done. So guys, yeah, stealth. I'm not going to waste any time here. Now, of course, I'm here at night. That's not ideal. I think in my old video series, I recommended coming here in the day because you wouldn't have this kind of stuff to deal with right away. But yeah, just like normal, you know, landscape, you're going to have the nighttime stall monsters popping up. And guys, pick up every rock on Eventide. Spam that A button when you're doing that, because you're going to get all sorts of free goodies that way. All sorts of free goodies. I probably already picked that one up. And walk, don't run. You see there's a beetle right here. And sometimes you'll see a lizard on the tree. Sometimes the lizards are on the floor. And speaking of lizards, guys, I told you I would show you why we did the Sheikah Slate thing there. Took a picture. You can just kind of follow your Sheikah Slate and get your lizards. Now, what I normally do is spam the button while I'm chasing that down. And a bird, I think, or something spooked him. Because sometimes I don't see it. I'll step on it and then it runs away. So yeah, I just recommend spamming that button while you're doing that. Just to make sure you actually collect, you know, what you're chasing. And then, so yeah, sometimes unfortunately pop-up enemies like this will do it. Scare them off. So it's not perfect, but you should be able to get quite a few lizards just doing this. And wow, that thing is like over there. I really didn't want to get tangled up with bad boys just yet. I don't even have a weapon. Huh, you ask and you shall receive. And guys, there's like chests, there's weapons around here. You know, I'll show you all of this. The only thing I'm really trying to do like quickly is get the Hinox out of the way while we still have our stealth running. Because guys, that stealth is huge. It's absolutely a game changer when it comes to that Hinox. So we don't even have to kill the Hinox. We can just rob the Hinox. We can take that orb right off of him. We can get those amazing weapons he's got on his chest. And we don't even have to tangle with him. It's a beautiful thing. And guys, you see I'm already taking heart damage. That's why I said, you know, just come in here with as many heart containers as absolutely possible. This is probably a better later game challenge for that reason, just having the heart containers coming in. Now, there are some chests out here in the water. And I'm pretty sure there's a weapon and maybe even a shield out here. So yeah, we're going to track those down. Another nice thing about that stealth is you can just kind of freely do your looting. You can walk around, chase that Sheikah slate. You know, unless you get too close to enemies or they get line of sight on you, they're going to leave you alone. Okay, there's another shield. Thought there was a weapon out here. Okay, I know there's more chests. Kind of funny, I'm not seeing anything lighting up. I didn't realize it would have been that far out. That's bringing me back toward land. Okay. I wasn't quite pointed in the right direction. Close. I think I just flew right over that thing too. Or not. Okay, so that wasn't the weapon I was hoping for, but yeah, I do kind of remember that was a Zora weapon now. That's probably heading back toward land. I'm going to chase that one down too while I'm over here. And I'm going to deal with this bad boy nest first. For one, it's kind of a doozy. Not only that, it's where that orb belongs from the Hinox. So yeah, I just kind of like to get this one cleared out. Wow, I've never been able to sneak up on one of these before. Very cool. And again, walk, don't run, so that you can get your hardy lizards. I think I've already gotten 3 or 4 of them by now. Hot dog. And in addition to like the hardy lizards, guys, there's hardy durians, there's hardy radishes, all sorts of goodies. Okay, now I prefer to come in here better armed than what I am. So yeah, we're not going to do this just yet. I'm actually going to go rob the Hinox first, because he's got real good weapons on his person. Like, real good. Ouch. That was uncool, bro. Not only that, walking through this little deal here, it'll trigger all these pop-up enemies. They'll be out of your way when you got to actually move the orb up. So yeah, let's go ahead and rob Mr. Hinox. And you can really fly over there however you desire, but you don't necessarily have to fly to land on him. Just don't sprint. You know, stay away from that B button. But you can actually jump. Oops. And find a way up. And do it just like that. Just take everything right off his chest. And again, you don't even... Oops. You don't even have to deal with him. Now, if he, like, starts twitching like that, you know, You have stealth, so you can still walk, just don't sprint. But that's an indication he's sensing something's off. So he probably smacked me with his hand in there, and that's what did it just now. But anyway, you just go ahead and set that down here. It shouldn't go anywhere from here. And now that we got real good weapons, we can deal with this first bad boy nest. One arrow, that's not going to do us much good. So that's a knight equivalent weapon. But it doesn't last forever. Like, it'll break pretty quickly. And I think I've got a black bodkin in here. Or maybe just a couple of blues. Okay, so it looks like 2 red and a blue. So that's not terrible. I think what I'll do here is I'll try to sneak around and pick up all their weapons so they don't have anything to smack me with. But I also want to say there's bomb barrels here. So what I'm probably going to do is once I steal all their weaponry, I'm going to get... Oh no, I'm not going to get there quick enough. Yikes, I got one. Blow up those bomb barrels. Just to get that out of the way. Not only that, wow, I just did a number on the bodkins there. And also the chews. So really, we didn't even need a weapon for that. You could just use bombs and kind of get through it that way. But yeah, between the bomb barrels and the chews, guys, that makes this a real hairy bad boy nest. Even though they're lower grade enemies, so buyer beware. Here, I'd just like to use magnesis to open my crates. Save the weapon damage. Lots of goodies here. That's a broadsword. I don't even have a claymore anyway. I'm trying to figure out how to break the barrel. I didn't think that was going to work. So yeah, durians, don't forget your durians. That's huge for hearty meals. And guys, when you go to cook these, one at a time. Especially if you come in here with tons of heart containers, just one at a time, because it's more used for the replenishment of all the reds. So each ingredient essentially becomes a... each ingredient becomes complete heart replenishment, in other words. I don't know how I was trying to say that, but yeah, so the more the ingredients that you have individually, the more times you'll be able to replenish all your hearts. I think that made more sense. Whoops. So I'll go ahead and get a couple of those tossed in ASAP. That's another reason I like to do those bad boy nests first, is because we've got the cooking pot right freaking here. So yeah, and then of course the lizards, you gotta toss those in with a monster part, doesn't matter which one. You can do that with the horns, all the normal monster parts, the fangs. Oh, nuts! I was not paying attention, genius. So I totally just wasted a lizard. And because knowing that's in there is going to bother me, I'll just eat that now. And then, yeah, for other stuff for right now, if you really want to toss like normal stuff in there, you know, to make just extra red hearts, you know, feel free. You can toss, I think it's 3 armored prongies in to get high level, or 3 mighty prongies in to get high level. So the armored would be for defense, the mighty prongy would be for attack power. But I'm not 100% sure on that, so I'm going to toss 3 in right now and see what happens. Yeah, it is high level. Not a ton of time, but it's high level. To get a better one, you would want to toss 4 in there, and that would give you a decent amount of time. And then, of course, the beetle, the monster part, but that wouldn't be high level. But what I could have done is that beetle, the rugged, the monster part to get an elixir cooking, and then 2 of those prongies. That would have also made a high level elixir. Alright, so enough about that. I've only got 20 minutes left on my stealth meal. So we're done with Mr. Hinox. Excuse me. Wow, hiccup o'clock. Let's go get our orb. There's that barrel I threw down into the water, just hanging out. I really wonder what was in there. So yeah, Brad, good call on that ancient shield for the Ganon fight. I've been itching to get back in there and play with that. But I'd imagine it works just the same as it does for all the others. So yeah, definitely a good call. It's worth the rupees and the giant ancient core to scoop up that shield for sure. So I started playing BotW like right when it came out. I was waiting for it because I was such a big Zelda fan before. And I was ready for the new Zelda game. Like, I couldn't wait. And then yeah, to my pleasant surprise, it came out on launch day as advertised. And yeah, I never looked back. It was amazing. It drew me right in. Right from that scene where Link wakes up in the bathtub with no memory and then he walks out and it shows the open world. From that moment, I knew I was playing this video game. Like, talk about an awesome opening scene. A game has to draw me in pretty quick. If I've played it for, you know, hour and a half, and it's just not grabbing me, 9 times out of 10, I'll never even go back to it. So yeah, it's got to pull me right in right from the beginning. Alright, I know there's a chest out here. And shame on me, I didn't mark those other 2 chests. Actually, I already have a map video of Eventide, so I'll probably put that in the link in the description below, because I'm pretty confident I'm not going to have the stamps to be able to stamp out Eventide. There's quite a lot here. But I will try to show you guys map shots of where I'm at along the way. Okay, there's the fish. That's another good thing about stealth, guys. You can just kind of swim around and scoop up all your fish. So, you know, if you're an armor kind of person, look for the blue. If you're an attack power kind of person, look for the red and white striped. But yeah, lots and lots of prongy here around the island. And we're not done over here. There is another chest. And I know, I see that blue lizard beeping away at me here. I want to say this is a sledge. No, it's a soldier's. Did I already pick up the sledge? Yeah, I sure did. Okay, so the sledge was in the water. The spear was behind the wall. And that wall would have been right about there. Wanda, bingo, genius. That's awesome. Me and my genius. I answered my phone and missed genius. That's funny. Oh, our Kazol. So, yeah, they're playing bingo. There's a link in the description below, and you might have to close your chat window to see that. But a lot of these words that I'm known for, like, saying, they're called lorisms. Yeah, so they like to play bingo while I say my lorisms. And honestly, I like to follow along and see what people are doing and what words they're getting. And, like, I don't know. It's just fun for me, too. So... Oh, wow, Keely. So you have a smorgasbord going on there. I'm just standing here eating chat, watching my stealth meal tick by for no reason. Alright guys, so yeah. Orb, Hinox, DU and done. No reason to tangle with him whatsoever. Leave him alone. Live and let live. Pretend he doesn't even exist. And wow, I'm getting a lizard beeping right there. Okay, so this is another bad boy nest, and guys, this one's kind of a doozy. And he's got an archer, so he'll see you from a good distance. As you can see, that question mark's already lighting up there. So before I raid that bad boy nest, I'm going to stealth around a little bit more. I want to get some more lizards. And not only that, this forest is full of stuff. Pick up every single rock. Uh-oh. And you'll see bananas. You'll just see all sorts of goodies in here. So yeah, get your hands on literally everything that you can. Everything that lights up, go investigate. The rocks are definitely good loot here on Eventide. Did I just hear another thing? Something? Ah! Those are here too. And sometimes they'll scare away your lizards. Not cool. Uh-oh. There we go. And I'm armed with a tree branch, so they better watch out. So yeah, looking for... Well, I'll chase down this lizard first, so I don't scare him off by accident. Oh, he's like not close. Sometimes you'll be walking a while too, chasing these things down. It's like, oh my goodness, where is he at? They like to stand next to trees. Oh yeah, speaking of things lighting up. Oh, ouch! Didn't even see that. Hope he didn't scare away my lizard. There he is. Alright. So yeah, guys, those lizards are worth their weight in gold. Like, every time you pick up a lizard, that's basically topping off all your red hearts again. So yeah, worth it. Like, that's the one thing I will shiny rock for, just because I know the value in it. And at some point, you're going to scoop up enough, they'll stop spawning in. I am very lucky that lightning did not just clock me. Because, wow. I can't imagine being buck naked taking a direct lightning strike on Eventide. And Agent Jones is working overtime because this is a lot of rain right now in my game. Okay, so no more beeping on my Sheikah slate. That's a good thing. That means I've got... Whoops. I spoke too soon. I was going to say that means I've got a minute to do some looting here. Yeah, I'll go chase that down in a moment. Since I'm already on this side of the island, I'm just going to get the shiny rocks here. Like literal shiny rocks. Whoops. Yikes! Well, that's unfortunate. The good thing is they're only reds. So it doesn't take much, you know. Oh no, he's got a bomb barrel. I saw him at the last possible second, but lucky for me, he took care of the entire nest for me, so he did good. Got you another treasure chest, booyah. And then I'm going to try to get this done before I get zapped. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby. Yeah, guys, that stealth makes all the difference. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. Doing this without stealth, like, I can't even imagine running it that way anymore. Okay, so I'm going to get back up top side here, get the rest of my looting done. And the bananas and stuff, you know, I probably don't have to get every little thing just to demonstrate, like, the how-to part. But I am going to walk around the island a little bit more and get the things that are high value. Like, for example, there's some hardy stuff right over here. And your yellow rune should help that to light up. And you can see I've got a rock, but more importantly, big hardy radish, hardy truffle, and again, each one of these is full hearts. And hardy durian. So yeah, lots of little goodies right there in that one little spot. Now, I want to say there's also, yeah, there's another hardy radish over here. Wow, guys, if it wasn't for that yellow rune, I would miss half the stuff, if not more than half the stuff. Alright, I'm pretty happy with the high value stuff here in this immediate area. Check the the mud pit. You've got another loose weapon out there. And a treasure chest. Okay, not a bad weapon. Not a bad weapon for Eventide by any means. So yeah, definitely a worthwhile chest. And just to show you on the map where I wound up there, it's that mud pit that's actually visible from the map. So that should have been another preparatory note that I had mentioned earlier on in the video. Make sure you've got this shrine activated so you can actually see what you're doing out here. It helps immensely. Alright, folks, bad boy nest. Now, I do have that one arrow, and honestly, I don't know where that arrow came from. Possibly that bad boy nest, somebody might have got a shot off and I picked up an arrow. But I'm going to do this assuming you guys don't have arrows yet. So with your stealth still running, I'm going to try to get some sneak strikes in here. The only thing that's not going to go to bed is that archer. Actually, maybe none of them go to bed. I can't remember now. But while they're kind of just hanging out, I'm going to try to sidestep the entire nest and chase down this lizard. There's also another durian tree over there. Uh-oh. I might not be able to sneak past. I mean, if you anger the locals, that's okay. Ooh, he's yawning. Ah, nuts. Okay, hopefully I can get my lizard before they get over here and anger him. No scare fish. Where's this lizard at? It must be like up the cliff wall or something. Yeah, okay, it's probably like on one of those trees up there. So anyway, guys, yeah, speaking of arrows, don't go in just killing everything right away. You know, you can actually collect arrows this way. You can, you know, get them aggroed or whatever so where they start shooting at you. Ouch. Well, you don't want to get hit by the things. But, yeah, I would just, you know, collect some ammo. Okay, that guy came down to say hello. I guess I didn't see him. So he tagged me pretty good. The only bad thing is they only, like, fire off so many to where you can actually pick them up. And at some point that runs out. Okay, so I see another one there. So yeah, at some point this well is going to dry up. But I would, you know, collect as many as you can. Again, just be careful not to get tagged by them, because they do quite a number on your health, as you can see there. What was that, like 4 or 5 hearts? I really smarted. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. And none from him either, so I think we're pretty much done. Alright, so for the archer, you can do this super easy. You can actually just break his tree down. You don't even have to use an arrow. And then because they're reds, I'm just going to pick one of my wooden spears. Now that blue, that's going to be a different type of party. That might be the only time you'll ever see me throw a weapon at an enemy in this video game. See, I'll beef up my attack power up just a little bit for him. Traveler's Sword should do it. And stay on the move. If you're sticking in one spot too long, those arrows are going to keep tagging you. But yeah, you got a nice strong bow out of the deal. Not bad. Oh, that's broken already. I'll probably save that for breakage swing. So now we got some bows, we got some arrows. And I've got 8 minutes left on my stealth. So I'm going to leave this nest right now. I'll come back to the orb. The orb is actually top side of this bad boy nest. I still want to take advantage of the nighttime in my stealth. And get some sneak striking done up here on this third and final bad boy nest. Because, guys, this one's a little bit tough. There's a moblin there. He does some damage. And, guys, another rule of thumb here on Eventide. Because, again, this is your everything. You die, it's over. So I like to personally recommend staying absolutely topped off before any engagement. Make sure you're going in, even if you're only down a few hearts. Because you might take one hit, and that might make all the difference. You know, between death and survival. So yeah, you know, between Mipha's Grace and keeping your hearts topped off, that's definitely the way you're going to want to go here. Okay, now you got an archer here, so to make sure he doesn't wake up the entire nest. Oh, you got 2 archers here. Hot dog. Nuts. Okay, I'll let him go back to bed. And then I'll get my sneak strike in. Excuse me. Yep. You're getting sleepy. Your feet are getting heavy. It's okay, pal. It's okay. So as far as sneak strike in the blue, you're going to want pretty much the strongest thing you've got. So just to not take any chances here, I'm going to go full bore. I mean, you don't need to save these weapons for anything else. This is it. So yeah, just use them. Use them if you got them. Now that's definitely going to be overkill for a red. Okay, so yeah, guys, between your stealth and the night, I didn't think that was going to do it. That's it. That's how you do it easy. The stealth makes all the difference. Using night to your advantage, even better. I like to do the bad boy nests in that order, mainly so I got a good bow and arrow set coming up into this one, with the archers especially. So, you know, that's my personal route, so to speak. But at the end of the day, you got to do what works for you and your play style. So, you know, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, that's just not going to work for me, you know, feel free to tweak what you got to tweak. But I think you'll find the stealth will give you a huge advantage in here. I could have even eaten a attack power meal. I never even did cook one. But, you know, between the stealth and the attack power meal, if you can get the sneak striking in, then you don't need to worry about the attack power meal. If you're going to do this during the day straight up, you know, with them all running around after you, then you might want the attack power meal over the stealth meal. Okay, you just got another weapon there, just to show you on the map where that bad boy nest is. So this is this bad boy nest and this orb. And then that other bad boy nest I did before coming up here was right down here. And you can kind of sort of see that from the map. That's the ramp to get up into the pier system or whatever, the deck. Yeah, right under that tree. Booyah. Wow, and I did that within 30 minutes. My attack power meal didn't even have a chance to run out. So yeah, that couldn't have gone any better. I don't know why I care about what weapon I use. Why am I even opening these? I'm done. Stop it. I'm going to smack myself in the hands. Okay, I thought he had arrows. Maybe they fell, or maybe I already scooped them up. But normally the archers will drop a bundle of arrows. Alright guys, so I don't know if you have any Octorok balloons, but honestly we shouldn't need to worry about that. If all the enemies are dead, your weapons can get trashed on this kind of stuff now. It's not a big deal. So I'll just go ahead and get rid of this. And just to spite the wooden spears, I'll use that. And break it. Alright, so we got this orb. Knocked it out of the park. And then the last orb should just be a quick transportation run. We'll call this one a milk run. And I'm still getting those lizards lighting up. There he be! Oh, another thing too, there's a chest way out there. I'm not going to go all the way out there because I'm already done, but I do want to make sure that gets said. Way the heck out there. And you can actually loot that. There's not only a treasure chest right out here in the water. There's a sunken chest and then a whole bunch of prongy here, guys. You got armored and mighty. Not only that, you got some Octoroks on the way that'll drop that stuff too. So yeah, just all in all, that's a good little deviation there to get yourself some more arrows. I probably should have mentioned that before getting into all this combat. And I did mention a durian tree here earlier, I just didn't loot the thing. Wow, and that guy's still locked on, isn't he? He is no quit. Gung-ho. All guts, all glory. Oh yeah, I forgot about the treasure chest. Shame on me. Oh, and buyer beware. There is a electric chew hiding in that barrel, so that's fun. And just to let you know, this orb it's got to go. So, like, it's nowhere near here. That's our bad boy nest. We are going all the way over here. And I think we have to go around to the left so that we don't lose our footing and drop the orb. Because, guys, it's a pain. If the orb, you know, gets dropped and it rolls into the water, you're going to be fighting with it for a while. Now, I have had luck walking far enough away from render distance to where it resets. And it'll go back to, like, its point of origin. So, you know, that might be an option. But I've also had it to where it didn't work. So, it's not a reliable option. But it's worth a try, you know, if you're stuck anyway. So yeah, we gotta go all the way out there. Not only that, there's a couple more chests out here. I didn't get every single treasure chest in this run through. I mean, some of them are rupees. I feel like I got the important chests, and I pointed out the stuff that was important. But if you want, you can always, you know, bumper your Sheikah slate back over to chests, just in case you do want to get all of those. But the map that I'm going to put in the link in the description below, that will show all of that. So just in case you are interested in, like, 100%ing it, so to speak, that is an option. You know, I might have boo-booed here. That probably has to be a little further away from the rocks. So the good thing is you can kind of push it around with Link to a degree. And, whoops. And then we'll have to put an ice block, like, right under that. And we'll be able to pick it up and get on over to where we need to be. Why can't I place that? I'd like to have one close. So I can just jump over to the piece of land. That should be right about there. Whoops. Apparently I don't know how to aim. So folks, that's Eventide. I definitely hope that helps you guys out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. Until the next time, happy hunting. Alright guys, that's pretty much ball game. I'll come back on cam here with you. I think that's just a blessing on the inside. I'll catch up on chat, of course, before I let you all go. Maybe I can even try to multitask that a little bit. Yeah, right. And try to read while I'm navigating. Oh wow, I missed a grip of chat. Yeah, definitely want to read all that. I might even get a cup of coffee for all that. Come on! Release me! I love how I fell in the water right in front of my ice block, instead of just climbing the thing. So the funny thing about Eventide is when you finish it, the island resets. So, like, all the loot that you got, all the chests that you got... Yeah, they're all back. So, I don't know. I've been here before, and it seems like every time I re-enter Eventide, the chests come back. I don't know, so it's just one of those weird areas. But it is a good way to do some arrow farming. You know that chest that I pointed out there in the Donut Island? You can just kind of keep re-warping back to the shrine, which is going to be up here, by the way. Flying back down there, getting the chest. Warp back, get the chest. Warp back, get the chest. Like, yeah, so if you need some good, quick, you know, regular arrows, that's a free way to do it. Assuming you've got the time. Okay, I mentioned I was going to try to read chat while I did this. Every bingo counts. Exactly, Keely. Oh, yeah, I walked right by that chest. Jeepers. Another bow. We didn't need it, but it's there. Wait, did that one come back? Maybe the chests don't come back like I'm thinking, or maybe you actually have to leave the island first? Heck, I can't remember. I'll check on that here again in a minute. Where is the deck? See, I'm not sure what that meant. Oh, the description. Okay, gotcha. Alright, I think it's just a blessing. Can't be 100% sure on that. Gold rupee. Hot dog. Alright, guys. I definitely hope that helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, comment. I always appreciate those things. And as always, happy hunting. I think I already did an outro, so sorry you had to hear that twice. So yeah, guys, there it is. 4th Spirit Orb, 4th and final heart container, which I'm going to cash in some of those and get some of my stamina vessels back. Actually, maybe I'll keep the full hearts for the... wow, I'm brain farting. For the Master Sword Trials. Wow, I had to work hard to pull that out. Hey, Michael G, welcome. I hope I didn't miss you. I'm just not catching up on chat here. Yeah, hey, happy to help. And I know what you mean about No Man's Sky having no spare time. Yeah, especially when you first get introduced to that game. Like, it's tough to get away from it. You know, at some point it's going to start feeling kind of monotonous. But, yeah, it'll keep you involved for a while. Several months, if not longer. So, yeah, definitely good stuff. Okay, guys, now that we're done with Eventide, there's a little fun side quest that opens up here, guys. It's kind of challenging. It's pretty straightforward. You just gotta, you know, get through all his targets while you're flying around with your glider. I had trouble getting through it. It definitely took me a few goes, so I'm definitely not going to do that live because that's a bit of a challenge. But yeah, you know, give it a whirl. At some point, you'll see it. The way you need to go will open up to you, but you just really got to be quick. So when I say it takes a few goes, like, I cannot understate that enough. Or overstate that enough, I should say. Okay, now notice the island reset. This is when the chest should be back. Raj. Okay, so there's that one. Now again, that arrow trick, that's over here, so you can just kind of do that from now on. And go get yourself your arrows. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I don't know what I'm going to be doing next weekend. I know I still need to go around and get all the memories. That has to happen. That's part of the bulk of the game. So that'll be its own stream. That'll be a lot of cutscenes. That's going to be very cutscene heavy that day. If it's a real short stream, you know, like if it's only like 30-45 minutes or something, I might just go do some like rando bad boy nesto. You know, get some random bad boy nest done. Just kind of show you guys some of my favorite ones to go do. And we just had a blood moon, so it's perfect timing. Yeah, just show you the fun in that. You'll probably watch me get rolled a few times, and that's okay. It's part of the fun. So yeah, for now, I guess that's pretty much it. I want to get out of this little area, though. I guess we'll go back to Kakariko. That'd be a good place to start that little adventure. Keely, I know what you mean, though. You have to have, like, multiple devices sometimes. Yeah, pretty much. That bingo card is pretty much just random things that I say. It can be a word, it can be a short sentence. Yeah, Michael G. So yeah, just reading your chat there about it being a time sink. It's funny too because I remember playing that game. It would be kind of late, you know, midnight something, and I'd be like, I'm just gonna do one more real quick thing, and then I'd look at the clock again, and it would be like 4 in the morning. What happened? Like it happens, and yeah, it's just amazing that one quick thing. 3 to 4 hours can just go by, and you don't even know what's happening. I know, Marigold, those rocks. I never did learn in TOTK to stop it. It was terrible. Yeah, Z Curl, it is. Or I said that completely wrong. R. Jeez, there go my words. R. Kazol, I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, it is a really amazing community. I absolutely love getting on live streams here. Definitely appreciate everybody coming together the way that they do. Marigold, you wish Voyager was available on Switch? Voyager. What's Voyager? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. I know, Dee Dee. I noticed that lizard too. I tried to ignore it. I also saw all the beetles flying away. I tried to ignore it, but it was still like itching my brain, just knowing it was happening. But it's good to know you got my back on that, Dee Dee. Yep, running in circles, that's gotta happen. Oh, the Voyager update. Okay, I think you're talking about No Man's Sky. Gotcha. I was thinking, wait a minute, that's called the Corvette update. And then I was like, no, wait a minute, it's not. The Corvette was the event, or the expedition. Voyager was the update. Okay. Now it's all clicking. I'm catching what you're throwing. I'm smelling what you're cooking. I am picking up what you're putting down. So yeah, shields are everywhere in the castle. Just to answer your question, you're going to find them mostly, though, either just laying around loosely or on enemies. I think there's very few chested shields in Hyrule Castle, if any at all. Wow, Keely, 13 bingo boxes and not a bingo. That is insane. But could you do something else on that bingo card? Like, I think they call that Run Around the World, where it's all the, like, perimeter blocks. And then they call it the inner tube, which is, like, the inner, like, square of blocks. I'm sure there's different names for those things, but, yeah, just kind of curious to see if you could make anything else happen there. Wait, what are we talking about? Exactly. Yeah, Kaylee, I'm with you. I loved Eventide. Like, when I'm playing for myself, normally, I go around and get everything. I kill all the Octoroks, get everything that grows. It's just a lot of fun. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much. Happy to do it. Again, I really enjoy this. Truly. So thank you for being a big part of this for me as well. Yeah, awesome, Michael G. It was awesome to see you, and thank you so much for stopping in and saying hello. Sure thing, Arkazol. I don't know how to do that exactly. Normally, like, sometimes some folks will ask me to tell somebody happy birthday. But definitely appreciate you hanging out, Arkazol. Good to see you here, and welcome, welcome. Not sure if I said welcome earlier, but definitely happy to have you here. Inside square, outside square, 4 corners, and cross. That's right, I forgot about the cross. And I forgot about the 4 corners, too. You began an awesome sauce. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this one good. Thank you again so much for hanging out. One last time, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment, like, share, subscribe, comment. I always appreciate those things. And until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. Peace out, y'all.